Can you name these 30 legendary muscle and pony cars from the 60s and 70s just by their images? Let's find out. Can you name this muscle car from the 60s? A. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. B. 1967 Plymouth GTX. C. 1968 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396. D. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. It's a 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. Which car is this? A. 1965 Ford Mustang. B. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. C. 1969 Pontiac Firebird. D. 1967 Mercury Cougar. Yes, that's a 1969 Pontiac Firebird. Do you recognize this car? A. 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. B. 1971 AMC Matador machine. C. 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. D. 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. The answer is 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. What's your answer? A. 1964 Pontiac GTO. B. 1965 Ford Galaxia 500. C. 1969 AMC Rebel machine. D. 1967 Mercury Cyclone GT. That's a 1965 Ford Galaxia 500. Can you identify this muscle car? A. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. B. 1964 Pontiac GTO. C. 1969 AMC Rebel machine. D. 1967 Mercury Cyclone GT. Yes, it's a 1967 Mercury Cyclone GT. How about this one? A. 1970 Plymouth Superbird. B. 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS. C. 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. D. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra. It's a 1970 Plymouth Superbird. Can you name this car? A. 1965 Ford Mustang. B. 1969 Pontiac Firebird. C. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. D. 1967 Mercury Cougar. Yes, that's 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Guess this muscle car. A. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra. B. 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. C. 1971 AMC Matador machine. D. 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. The answer is 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. Check out this muscle car. A. 1967 Plymouth GTX. B. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. C. 1964 Pontiac GTO. D. 1969 AMC Rebel machine. That's a 1969 AMC Rebel machine. Identify this pony car from the 60s. A. 1969 Pontiac Firebird. B. 1967 Mercury Cougar. C. 1968 Dodge Dart GTS. D. 1968 AMC Javelin. Yes, it's a 1968 Dodge Dart GTS. You're doing awesome. Get ready. The next challenges will be even harder. Do you know this one? A. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. B. 1964 Pontiac GTO. C. 1969 AMC Rebel machine. D. 1967 Mercury Cyclone GT. It's a 1964 Pontiac GTO. A. How about this one? 1967 Plymouth GTX. B. 1969 AMC Rebel machine. C. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. D. 1964 Pontiac GTO. Yes, it's a 1967 Plymouth GTX. Which car is this? A. 1973 Mercury Cougar XR7. B. 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. C. 1974 AMC Javelin AMX. D. 1971 Plymouth Dusty 340. It's a 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. Can you identify this pony car? A. 1969 Pontiac Firebird. B. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. C. 1965 Ford Mustang. D. 1967 Mercury Cougar. That's a 1965 Ford Mustang. A. How about this one? 1967 Plymouth GTX. B. 1969 AMC Rebel machine. C. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. D. 1964 Pontiac GTO. Yes, it's a 1967 Plymouth GTX. Do you recognize this car? A. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra. B. 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. C. 1971 AMC Matador Machine. D. 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. Yes, that's the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. Do you recognize this car? A. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra. B. 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. C. 1971 AMC Matador Machine. D. 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. Yes, that's the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. Can you identify this pony car? A. 1969 Pontiac Firebird. B. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. C. 1965 Ford Mustang. D. 1967 Mercury Cougar. That's a 1965 Ford Mustang. A. How about this one? 1967 Plymouth GTX. B. 1969 AMC Rebel Machine. C. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. D. 1964 Pontiac GTO. Yes, it's a 1967 Plymouth GTX. Guess this car. A. 1967 Mercury Cougar. B. 1967 Plymouth Barracuda. C. 1968 Dodge Dart GTS. D. 1968 AMC Javelin. Yes, it's a 1967 Plymouth Barracuda. What's your all-time favorite muscle or pony car? Share it in the comments. Check out this pony car. A. 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. B. 1970 Chevrolet Camaro SS. C. 1973 Mercury Cougar XR7. D. 1974 AMC Javelin AMX. It's a 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. Identify this car. A. 1974 AMC Javelin AMX. B. 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. C. 1971 Plymouth Dusty 340. D. 1973 Mercury Cougar XR7. Yes, that's a 1973 Mercury Cougar XR7. Do you know this one? A. 1970 Plymouth Superbird. B. 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. C. 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS. D. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra. The answer is 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS. What about this one? A. 1974 AMC Javelin AMX. B. 1971 Plymouth Dusty 340. C. 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. D. 1973 Buick Apollo GSX. That's a 1971 Plymouth Dusty 340. Can you name this pony car from the 60s? A. 1967 Mercury Cougar. B. 1968 Dodge Dart GTS. C. 1968 AMC Javelin. D. 1967 Plymouth Barracuda. Yes, it's a 1968 AMC Javelin. Only 5 more questions left. Stay focused and keep going. Which car is this? A. 1973 Mercury Cougar XR7. B. 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. C. 1974 AMC Javelin AMX. D. 1971 Plymouth Dusty 340. It's a 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. Do you recognize this car? A. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra. B. 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. C. 1971 AMC Matador Machine. D. 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. Yes, that's the 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. What's your answer? A. 1968 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396. B. 1967 Plymouth GTX. C. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. D. 1964 Pontiac GTO. The answer is 1968 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396. Can you identify this pony car? A. 1969 Pontiac Firebird. B. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. C. 1965 Ford Mustang. D. 1967 Mercury Cougar. That's a 1965 Ford Mustang. A. How about this one? 1967 Plymouth GTX. B. 1969 AMC Rebel Machine. C. 1964 Oldsmobile 442. D. 1964 Pontiac GTO. Yes, it's a 1967 Plymouth GTX. Thanks for watching. How many cars did you guess right? Don't forget to subscribe for more fun quizzes. See you next time.